Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenogears! Last time, we made our way to the Black Moon Forest here, and now our goal is to find our way through here and make it over to... Okay, I wanted to say we're going to make our way over to Ave, but kind of got interrupted there. Now, if you see over here, we go from the save point over to the right here, or I guess the north. We'll have one of these guys to fight. And after an easy fight, run! Otherwise you'll get hit, as you can kind of see there. And once you've moved that one, we can now head over here. And what? Translation problem?
Throw down your weapon.
Ah, there we
Make
go.
one wrong move and I'll shoot.
Well, we got some slightly in sync voice acting. That's always a good thing. Anyway, we get confronted by this mysterious woman with orange hair and white garb. And, of course, she has a gun turned on us. So, okay, I think we'll listen to her. Even though we've just kind of destroyed everything that we once loved, or were there when it all got destroyed anyway. You have a gun and you're shaking? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Kislev is going after her, it seems. Huh. Now, this game tends to do this. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time or not, but it'll put a word in those little dashes there, like in this case, lambs. Now, it's their term for something, and they do this a lot, and it actually makes the game more confusing and more difficult to understand because they throw in words that really don't have any meaning, and if you cut them all out, a lot of the time, it would still make a lot of sense. I see why they did it, on retrospect after finishing the game. It does make sense, but it does confuse the player, especially on the first playthrough. Anyway, in this case, she's basically just referring to surface dwellers as lambs. Now, that's, confusing as all hell, considering we have no idea who's not a surface dweller at this point. So let's just kind of continue on and not think too much of it. Part of your mission. What kind of mission are you on? You're lost, aren't you? Yeah, that pretty much makes sense. This is one of those times where they probably didn't need silence. I don't know, I guess it does have an impact, but I would prefer if they had some, music in the background, even if it is something quiet, maybe more bird sounds. I'm not sure, but something. Someone's got a death wish. That's not a good thing, though. He's my main character. He's not supposed to have a death wish. I need to be able to take him and go and level him up so I can save the world. Because that's the plotline of every RPG in existence. Actually, I guess technically not. Wasn't Ultima 4 a little different? I don't know, I never played it. Just heard things. See, I mentioned this before about the changing portraits. They don't use it very often, but in this one case, they seem to here with Faye. And it does make sense. It'd be nice if they had used some on this mysterious woman. Did I just get shot in the face? Really? Apparently she's either a horrible aim. Some of the dialogue's going by itself, by the way. But, or, Faye's got like a weird death wish going on here. What's with that camera? Oh, that's with the camera angle. Hadouken! Elly? What? Does she have a name already? Did I miss that? Anyway, we're a little weak at this point, but we shouldn't have any trouble finishing off these guys in one round. Yeah, there you go. I think they have 40, maybe 50 HP. Still trying to learn my first death blow. Well, that sucked. Ow. Try that again. And a miss. Helpful. Anyway, with that, did we level her? No. Okay. Didn't learn anything either. So, she held a gun to our head, threatened us, and now we save her. Video game logic at its finest. Probably got a headache. Oh, apparently they don't like noises. Wouldn't that mean they would run away from that noise? Man. And now she gets all worried. Now, because they don't really show much of anything, I'm assuming it's like, you know, a head injury, an armor injury. It's not like, you know, most of the other situations where, oh, somebody got completely destroyed by something and then, oh, so I tended to your wounds, and then they get all freaked out anime style. Oh, you saw me naked. Oh, no. You know, stuff like that. I don't think that's the situation here. Not that I think Faye would have any, you know, enough bandages to do like a full body wrap anyway, but... I guess that makes sense. You find somebody alone in a dark forest that's very suspicious, and yeah, I'd probably be suspicious too. It's like, well, I don't know if you're going to kill me, so I'm going to take the safe route and kill you first, or at least put some distance between us. I guess that's true. It's in her name, isn't it? Speaking of names, yeah, she does that a lot, and it's kind of irritating. A lot of people do it throughout the game, and it's irritating there too, but... That makes sense. Well, I could see you cooperating without having names exchanged, but at least it makes sense. Now, here is what I was talking about before with Faye's name. Now, Faye's full name here is Faye Fong Wong. Now, according to my research, the name Wong Fei Hong, probably pronounced that wrong because I don't speak Chinese, was a Chinese martial artist in the Qing dynasty and has often been portrayed by Jet Li. So you may actually be familiar with this legendary warrior. It's very close to his name, you know, change a couple of things around, and of course, you know, put the last name first there. It's probably a reference there. I think even that character was known to have, or at least the style in that time was to have a long ponytail, and of course, Faye has that as well. So the reference is obviously there. It's very possible that they kind of based the character on there just so that people would have something to identify with, but it's hard to say. And she's really? I'm not even going to try. Elhaim? Whatever. Anyway, we call her Elly. Everyone calls her Elly. Apparently he already knew that, though I have no idea how. Makes sense. If you can't see where you're going, you're bound to trip over something and probably get yourself impaled on a stick that's sticking out of the ground somewhere. Either that or getting picked off by some nocturnal hunters. Have owls diving at your eyeballs or something. Oh, apparently they found something neat. Maybe they fried up some of those, some of that hob jerky that I've been getting from the hobgobs. Oh, we got more anime cutscenes. The anime cutscenes, I think, do quite well in this game. I think they could be better, obviously, but putting anime style cutscenes has a better look than the early attempts at 3D animation. Like if you go watch some of Final Fantasy VII's cutscenes,
Wait! Hey!
they don't really
Don't
look
leave
all
me
that
here.
good.
Wait!
Some of them do, but a lot of them look really bad. I remember the bike chase scene, the glass looked like it was, you know, a foot thick when they broke through it, and it just kind of looked ridiculous, and it's all blocky and all that stuff. I think this look kind of works a little better. Not that I blame either game for their choice, but... Who's that? What's with
You
the
must be
necklace?
lonely here by yourself. Faye. Faye. Faye.
Let me guess. He's sleeping. Somebody got woken from a dream, didn't they? How they do that is kind of weird. How they have the fade and the nighttime music after the dream and then go into this. It's just kind of weird. And apparently they were both sleeping standing up next to a tree. Are you awake? He's standing up. What do you think? So weird. Anyway, we now have a new party member, Elly. Now, she is level 3, unfortunately. She also comes with new... There we go. Comes with her own set of gear, which is actually better than the basic gear that we've had. I'm going to be switching up some of her gear to give her a base setup very similar to Faye there. So let's just throw those on there, give her a stamina ring, why not? Can Faye use that pilot gear? I don't think you can. No. Oh well. I'll look into it later. The items that she had before there were an Ether Stone and an Anti-Ether Stone, which, as you can see down below there, Ether Defense and Ether Attack. We don't really need those right now, but she can do some interesting attacks, so we'll try and take a look at that. So I'm going to see if I can center my screen there. Now, there should be some treasure around here somewhere. Path up, watch the cliffs. So if we head this way, pop up here, there's a bunch of these guys all over the place. There's also treasure down here by the save point. Do make sure you save at that save point, by the way. That would be beneficial. If we go up here, this is where we came through, I believe. So that's where we came through from the other side. So if we head down here, chase these guys away. If I can jump over here. And after that battle, we learned Raijin finally, and Elly levels up, which is nice. Got some Hob Jerky, that's always good. And if we go and take a look, no, that's the wrong one. If we go and take a look here at our skills, we've actually learned the Death Blow Raijin. Now, we've also started on her first Death Blow here for Elly. We're quite a ways from learning that, as you can tell. But basically, if you use the different combinations, you'll eventually learn these death blows. Now, some guides have said, you know, you should use the button combinations that actually exist for these abilities. So if you want to learn Raijin, you'll hit triangle X pretty much every time. I've found that it seems to work better if you just use random combinations, and in the early game, it seems to work quite well if you just use lots of triangles. So I'm not sure. I've seen other things saying you have to hit triangle a certain amount of times, square a certain amount of times, and X a certain amount of times to learn all the skills throughout the game. I think the system is completely random, to be honest. I've seen so many different theories that I just assume randomness. When there's no consensus, the option is chaos, pretty much. So I'm just going to be doing pretty much random combinations. You know, one enemy I'll hit with all triangles, next one I'll hit with a couple of squares, next one I'll hit with a triangle and an X, and then an X and triangle, and just have different combinations all over the place. Hopefully that will help me learn these skills faster. But now that we have them, I'll have to show off a new battle once we get around to that. Now, where am I here? I would like to get an item, please. I don't want to fight you. Let's see here. Jump down there. Well, I'll show the death blow off here. Why not? this part of the forest is kind of difficult to maneuver through just because, well, the whole game is because you have no map. But anyway, if we do that combination we saw, the triangle, and then we'll have an option you'll see there. And when we get further options, say we'll get 2 triangles and an X. Then from this option here, after doing triangle once, we'll see Raijin, and then, just press the X button in order to do that. Then after that, when we learn that second one, we'll see an option that with another name, whatever it is, to do another triangle and then an X to do that death blow. But if you execute a death blow, it does a different combination of hits and does a butt-ton more damage than your normal attacks would normally do. Elly, unfortunately, is not very powerful at this point. She can barely take out the enemies. I'm going to be defending with Faye a lot so that I can get Elly to learn some of her text there. And that's pretty much how I'm going to treat this. I'm not going to do this entirely because it would take too long, but I do want Elly to work on her skills and gain level 5 so that she can do 4 attacks in one. So once she gets there, it'll be a little easier. But until then, we'll just keep working on it like this. Okay, I don't know if we've seen these guys or not, but we'll leave this fight in. I can take these guys down like so that should be pretty easy. Elly probably won't, so let's see if I can do one of those. Nope, apparently not. But yeah, we've got 2 different sets of enemies here. And these guys are the forest elves that we've seen before. I don't think they drop any. Actually, no, I think they do drop something. I think it restores HP or something outside of battle, like the Hob Turkey restores HP outside of battle. But, yeah, I don't really care all that much. It doesn't... It's not something worth picking up, so let's just try and end these guys real quick here. And then we'll keep going here. Get that treasure chest that I saw there. Let's get Elly to hit the guy one more time. Or she could miss. That works too, I guess. Yeah, basically, what's going to happen is, for the most part in battles, even though I have death blows, I won't be using them a lot. Not until we get into situations where they're more useful, boss fights and the like. Zeta Sol, that, I believe, is a Phoenix down. Oh, did we seriously just initiate that already? Okay, well, that's not what I wanted to do, but, okay. This is going to go into a scene, which I really didn't want to go into right now, but I wanted to explore the rest of the forest, and I can't remember. I think this forces me to go through that. So I'm going to reload and go get the treasure, because I'm not even sure if we can come back here after this sequence. So, 1 second. Okay, we're back. We're actually on this high point here next to that treasure down there, the treasure over there, and the far treasure over here. So in order to get this one, we just need to dive here, pick up the arcane rod, which I really wish I would have picked up earlier. And of course, I haven't done any of that leveling since I had to reload my save. So I will be doing a couple of fights off screen before we get through here. And then we have this one over here containing an Aquasol. So I'm going to fight a couple of extra battles and then hopefully get over there by the save point, or that cutscene there that we had started to watch there. And I will see you in a moment. Okay, we're back. Now we've done a little bit of leveling up, and if we pop down this side, we have access to this chest before all that hoopla, and of course get surprised by a battle. Anyway, so I didn't realize how long I'd already recorded for, so we just leveled up in that last battle for Elly there. So we now have our setup here, and as I did some battles off screen, managed to learn Senretsu and Hagen, and I also learned Screamer for Elly, which we'll have to try and show off next time. As you can see, we've reached 100% on these ones, and we can't learn them yet. I think Senretsu is available at level 10, so it's a little ways off at this point. Elly, there we go. I didn't quite learn hers, but that's all right. We'll have plenty of time to do that later. As far as abilities go, she actually has some elemental spells. Again, we're going to have to take a look at those next time, because I think I'm running a little overtime and I got to go to work here pretty quick. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one. And yeah, next time we'll explore all that and move forward with that cutscene that I half kind of started. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.